In order to calculate the vacuum pressure output of a small 1.75 horsepower shop vac, a manometer can be built in order to find the gauge pressure put out by the machine. To mount the manometer vertically, I used a door that stood 6 feet high. I then used a level to ensure the surface would be adequate. The manometer consisted of tubing with the inner diameter of 1/2 inch. It was 20 feet in length. I began to mount it using Flex Seal tape as it was very adhesive. It became difficult to straighten the tubing as it was curved in storage. I spent a lot of time trying to straighten it out. The remainder of the tubing was placed behind the door. This is where the vacuum was going to connect. The other side of the tubing was remain open to the atmosphere in order to measure gauge pressure. After straightening the tubing as much as possible, the final setup looked as follows. I used a tape measure in order to measure the height of the water. I then added water to the system. This water was dyed blue in order to help visually see it better. I also checked to ensure that the system still remained level. The water height at equilibrium was then marked. I used this as my datum. An adapter was needed to connect the 1/2 inch diameter tubing to the rather large vacuum hose. This is again Flex Seal used as an adhesive. Once the setup was complete, the vacuum was turned on. The difference in height was then marked. This is caused by the vacuum pressure. When the vacuum was turned off, the water returned to its equilibrium height. Here is another test of the system. I believe that this difference in height here is caused by the adapter, which had become loose. At this time, I was unsure of what was causing this height difference. I began to check the tubing for any air voids that had been trapped. The difference in height from equilibrium was 17 1/8 inches, or approximately 1.42 feet. I then multiplied by the unit weight of water of 62.4 pounds per cubic feet and received 89.05 pounds per square foot, or approximately 0.618 pounds per square inch. The industry also uses units of inches of water. The amount of inches of water is simply the height multiplied by 2. Therefore, the vacuum produced 34.25 inches of water.